All right, welcome to Ionan's Edge, folks. Tonight I'm reviewing the Asher Spiro Titanium. I'm going to jump right in with some basic specs on this knife. We've got Cruciable's S35 VN blade steel. This is coming to you on a drop point flat grind blade with a black stone washed finish and black stone washed hardware. The knife is being held together by tumbled titanium scales. It's on ceramic ball bearings. It uses a frame lock with a very good lockup. There is 3¼ inches of usable fine edge blade here. We've got a scale length of 4¼ and a tip to tail length of 7¼ inches. The knife weighed in at 3.7 ounces on my digital scale. So let's talk about what I like. So what you got here is you got a frame lock with thumb stud deployment and a really nice blade. I mean, that is the essence of this knife. Like I said, I love the reverse tux look on a lot of knives, especially when they do a good job on both the raw titanium and then the black coating on the blade and hardware. And I think this one's done very nicely. So reverse tux is definitely one of my more favored type of schemes on titanium knives. It's a simple and functional look and design. The heat treat on the steel appears to be very good. I've had this knife for several months now. I've used it quite a bit and it's held up great. It hasn't even really needed restropping. And even though I've cut some cardboard and some other things with it, the blade, the black wash on the blade looks great. So we've got a good action on this knife. It's not drop shutty, but it fires out there really nice, locks up nice every time. Detent is pretty good, and it does fall closed. I haven't fidgeted with this knife much. It may break in a little bit more. Time will tell. But again, a solid knife, well designed, good lockup. It does have the little lock bar insert in there, so that's cool. You can see that where it's set in here with a set screw, the steel lock bar insert. Like I said, the action is good, solid, and smooth. This is basically, and this is what Asher does so well. They take knives, designs that are well liked in the community, that are a little on the pricey side, as far as budget-minded folks go, and they make a version of that knife that's very affordable. So in my opinion, the Spiro from Asher, especially this Thai Spiro, is pretty much a copy of Ray Laconico's Gemini. And it's just a much more affordable version of that same knife. And I love the Gemini, and so I really like the Spiro in Thai. Do I have any issues or dislikes about the knife? The only thing that really comes up on the Ashers, as far as the actual knife itself generally, although I did have one that had what I call a double detent recently. That was a different Spiro model. The only thing that really comes up on these is that the pocket clip design is fairly generic. And also that it's not really truly a deep carry pocket clip, because if you look at it, there's this much of the knife that's going to stick up when it's in your pocket. Not a lot, but enough. And the clip is just because it has a deep spoon and a deep drop here and a really wide spoon. The clips on these they're okay. I mean, they work fine for everyday carry, but they're not always the most comfortable clip to hold in your hand. The ergos on this knife are solid. There's no jimping anywhere. It's really just meant to be a very basic, simple design. It feels good in your hand, though. Like I said, the pocket clip, it detracts a little bit from the knife. But again, it's a comfortable knife. It's no frills. They designed a nice, simple, straight back design, which gives you plenty of knife to hold on to. Cuts well, slices well, steel is well heat treated. Not really anything bad to say about it other than the pocket clip. Right? If I were going to make an observation, I would say the thing that's holding Asher knives back right now is availability. you really cannot ever seem to catch the knives you want in stock very often. And even when there are knives available, a lot of times there's some really small batches, or he's got enough parts to throw together, whatever, a few dozen of them or whatever. And it just never seems like there's enough Asher knives around. I mean, that's a good problem to have. I just hope that at some point in the future, that issue kind of gets resolved. I hope that we start seeing more of these knives in stock regularly. Obviously, people really like them. They sell out all the time. The thing with the knives is, if no matter how much you like a knife, if you can't purchase it, then it doesn't really matter how much you love it, right? You'll move on to something else, and that's kind of what happens sometimes when knives aren't available. Just to give you an idea, I don't even know how long I've been trying to purchase an Asher Nomad 3.0, and they just haven't been available. It seems like forever. It's not been forever, but it seems like that. And there's no end in sight for getting your hands on a Nomad 3.0 or a few of the other knives that are very popular. So I hope that changes in the future, but it is an issue. Again, availability is a huge issue for somebody who's a knife buying consumer. So let me give you a couple of quick size comparisons. I already showed you the knife next to the Kaiser Thai Gemini. There it is. It's very similar in design and in size to a Thai Gemini. There are some minor differences, but they are, this is like a much more affordable version of the Gemini. And then let's show you it next to a Benchmade bug out. Now, obviously, Asher's Nomad 3.0 is kind of meant to be a bug out, a copy of sort of, or a close facsimile of the bug out design with better scales and slightly better steel. But again, this gives you an idea size-wise. All of the knives kind of are in this general category, this sort of size category for Asher. So let me summarize real quick. This is around $100 knife. You get really well heat-treated S35 VN steel, nice finish, nice coatings, titanium scales, ceramic ball bearings. It's just a really great looking knife. This is absolutely and positively well worth the price of admission. It's a keeper, right? If you can get one, and that's the big issue, if you can get your hands on one of these, I highly recommend it. There's a lot of variations to this knife too. It comes with a flipper tab. It comes with G10 scales instead of titanium. It comes with no thumb studs and a blade hole. So pretty much any variation of this knife that you could think of, they probably do offer. But you're going to have to keep your eyes open, be on their mailing list, and work to get one. So that's all I've got for tonight. This is the Asher Thai Spiro in S35 VN, reverse tux. Really nice looking knife, really solid performer. Very, very easy to EDC. There it is, folks. All right, that's all I got for you tonight. I'm Eonin. Thank you for tuning in to Eonin's Edge. If you liked my content, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to this video up at the top for future notifications on upcoming content. Thank you all for watching as always, and stay sharp, folks.